Welcome to AFEMAI Today TV, the people's most preferred and dependable online TV channel, owned and operated by AFEMAI Development and Transformation Initiative, ADTI, a not-for-profit organization whose statutory responsibility, among others, is to give effective publicity and well-meaning national and international exposure to the enormous socio-economic, cultural, human, and tourism potentials available in AFEMAI land, otherwise called Edo North in Edo State, South Nigeria. I'm your regular anchor, Ray Festus Simpa. In this week's episode of AFEMAI Hall of Fame Initiative, I shall be presenting another AFEMAI personality whose contributions to the developmental illumination of AFEMAI land is boundless. He is no other person than AFEMAI-born music icon, Alhaji Sir Waziri Oshioma. Alhaji Sir Waziri Oshioma was born Isa Sule in 1948 in Osomegbe, a town situated in the territory of the Ekperi clan in Esako Central Local Government Area, Edo State, South Nigeria. With its population, which is culturally and religiously heterogeneous, of about 40% Christian and 60% Muslim, Alhaji Sir Waziri Oshioma's family is Muslim. His family also happened to be musically oriented, participating in the performance of traditional social music. The parents were composers, while his family also boasts of a huge harvest of lead vocalists in such local cultural groups as Agbi, Easy, Agie, to mention a few. He had his primary and secondary education at St. Mary Primary School, Ekperi, and St. Andrews Secondary School, Fuga, respectively. young Issa took to performing quite early in life. At age 7, he was already leading the school band at St. Mary Primary School, Ekperi. While he had a deep natural interest in the indigenous cultural music of his community, he was obsessed with highlife music, which he used to capture the hearts and mind of the young generation, drawn to the musical works of such outstanding highlife musicians as Bobby Benson, Victor Owaifo, Eddie Okonta, and Ike Dairo. As a little child, Issa had already started attending and performing at nightclubs before his 10th birthday, much to the consternation of his devout Muslim parents, and later disowned him because they felt he would sacrifice Muslim religion for music. However, contrary to his parents' fears, he did not drop out of school or out of the Islamic faith. He successfully completed his high school education at St. Andrews Secondary School, Fuga, and secured a respectable government job as a gauge reader with the Ministry of Water Services and Hydrology. Still, he could not escape the lure of music.
Wemle ameyo waro fele Amwali wo gbogbo na mo foyo Ogono gbogbo odwo uso Not as you think, na so e go be Wemle ameyo waro fele Amali wo gbogbo na mo foyo Ogono gbogbo odwo uso Not as you think, na so e go be Afemao, not as you think, na so e go be
By 1965, Issa Sule had created an alternative identity, dubbing himself Waziri Oshioma, as he performed locally with traditional percussion orchestras while still working as a civil servant. By this time, his sphere of Afema music had slowly begun to expand beyond his immediate locality thanks to the rising popularity of Anko Momodu, the first Esako band leader to make a significant impact on a national level. Momodu had actually made it to the big stages, performing in clubs in Lagos. Cardinal Rex Jim Lawson, Nigeria's biggest highlife star of the day, was a fan and had even started integrating elements of Momodu's repertoire into his own music. Anko Momodu's success indicated that there was a cure for this old music from the obscure Afemai community, and his was the hottest local band in the Edo region. In 1967, Waziri Oshioma joined Momodu's group as a singer and keyboard player. Working under Momodu gave Oshioma a taste of what life as a professional musician could be. He got to travel to different towns and even got his first exposure to the recording studio as he participated in the records Momodu's group made for the local Benin City label Akpola/Agbede, the same imprint that boasted Rex Lawson amongst its roster. However, Oshioma felt that the music could be taken even further. After the end of the Nigerian Civil War of 1967 to 1970, taste had begun to change. The rustic, low-fidelity aesthetic of traditional sounds was starting to feel quaint as the audiences demanded state-of-the-art sounds like the amplified bass guitar, electric organ, funky drum patterns. Oshioma decided that it was time for him to break out on his own and pursue a new direction for his music.
I know go keep myself because I know quick better. I'm not gonna get bullet. I'm not gonna get bullet. I know go keep myself because I know quick better. I take my life as I see I'm I take my life as I see I'm I take my life as I see I'm
Quitting both Momodu's group and his civil service job, Waziri Oshioma formed his own traditional sound makers band in 1973. The group started as a rather shambling, low-key affair without equipment. When they played, they did not have professional amplifiers, but instead used a locally built amplifier that was powered by ordinary torchlight batteries. Despite these shortcomings, the traditional sound makers were able to secure a contract with Decca West Africa Records that led to the release of a single, Agiode Ofe Emo Mieise, which did well enough to allow Oshioma acquire his first set of modern instruments the following year. He then set about a series of experiments with the goal of modernizing Esako music for a new broader audience. Sir Victor Waifo had been a revolutionary figure in the mid-60s as the first musician to add a modern chant to the traditional music of the Edo region by infusing it with high life and rock and roll. Oshioma idolized Waifo and closely patterned himself after him, even taking on the honorific Sir himself, as he wanted his music to speak to both the old and the young. Following the rising popularity of soul music among the youth at that time, Alhaji Sir Waziri Oshioma decided to mix some of it with the traditional sound. He also mixed such other modern sounds as reggae and rock into his music. He also drew inspiration from Fela, whose new Afrobeat music was the hottest music in the country, which, according to him, illustrated that it was possible to create a modern funk-oriented style that was still firmly grounded in the bedrock of indigenous folkways. Sure enough, the fusion paid off, and Waziri Oshoma's national popularity soon dwarfed even that of his mentor, Anku Momodu. His profile rose considerably when he joined the stable of the ascending juju-oriented label, Shanu Olu, in 1978. And over the next 6 years, released a 5-volume series of eponymous albums that received strong national distribution. Alhaji Sir Waziri Oshoma, with tons of musical albums to his credit, has traveled the entire world for musical performances. He is happily married and blessed with wonderful children. As I bring this week's episode of AFEMAI Hall of Fame initiative to a close, I wish to sincerely appreciate the various fans of our personality of the week, Alhaji Sir Waziri Oshoma, for their wonderful cooperation and support towards the maximum success of this episode. I also wish to appreciate the production crew of AFEMAI Today TV for the wonderful production of this episode. And to our highly esteemed viewers, thank you for watching as we look forward to having you at the next episode of this segment on this same online TV channel. I remain yours sincerely, Ray Festus Simpa. God bless you.
Dani.